To do this battery test, we're gonna use this load tester right here. There go the battery, positive, negative terminal. First thing we're gonna do is get our source voltage, and our load tester will tell us that once we plug it up. So we're gonna go positive with positive, right here. Negative to negative. Go over to our battery. We got 12.3, which we have a fully charged battery. Next thing you want to do, you want to check your cold cranking amps for the load test. Right there, you got a cold cranking amps, and usually it's always located on top or the side of the battery. This one is 550 cold cranking amps, and to load test it, you got to use half of the cold cranking amps, which is 275. And when you load test it, right here, that's your volts, that's your amp. We're gonna load test this right here to 275. If it drops to 9.6 before or at 275, that means the battery is bad and you will need a replacement. So what we're gonna do now is get our amp clamp right here. You wanna plug your amp clamp up, make sure that it's on, set it to 200 amps. We're gonna put it on the negative side of the battery going to the load tester. And we're gonna go over here and load the battery to 275.
Thank you.
It's already dropped lower than 9.6, so that means before we hit 275, so that means that we need a battery change on this vehicle. Next thing we're going to do is a starting test and an alternator test, and I'll be right with you. What's going on, guys? I'm back, and now we're at the second part of this electric hands-on final. We're going to do this starter test. I got my positive to the positive still, my negative to the negative. And you remember before when we was doing the battery test, I had the negative on this side of the battery, but now we're going to change it because we're doing a starter test. You want to go to this side of the negative. Make sure that we can get that nice and good under there. Okay. Seems a little dangerous. Feeling a little dangerous. Speaking of dangerous, make sure you always got your safety glasses on while you're doing this. Then now you want to remove your fuse relay because you want to crank the car for 5 seconds, but you don't want it to turn over. We at 0. We got 11.4 volts, so we know that this sucker gonna crank. And what we're looking for 125 to 175 amps because this is a 4-cylinder motor. If it's a little under, it's all right. It depends on what kind of starter you have. Jeremy, can you crank that sucker for 5 seconds? We're looking for this number right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the highest number we got is 175 and then drop no lower than 112. But we know that it has enough power to crank. Maybe because it's a gear reduction starter is why it's using less amperage, because it spins out a higher torque to get the car crunk. And that's our starter test. We're good.